Ladies and gentlemen, Islam Makhachev has just become the greatest lightweight champion in UFC history. He has broken the record for the most title fight wins in the UFC. He has broken the record for the most title defenses in the lightweight division in the UFC. He is now the UFC lightweight with the most consecutive win streak with 15. He is just one behind Anderson Silva, and he has every possibility of breaking Anderson Silva's win streak. Ladies and gentlemen, Islam Makhachev is that dude. He made Moicano seem easy. Now, a lot of people would have said, listen, it was supposed to look easy. Islam is pound for pound. Money is the 10th best UFC lightweight. It's no competition. He's not even the #1 contender. But do not discredit just how good Islam is because of who he was facing or the rank of the person he was facing. Moicano is a black belt BJJ player. He is a submission specialist. Islam is out here submitting submission specialists. He's submitting Charles Oliveira. He's submitting Moicano, Brazilian jiu-jitsu players, and he's making it look easy. Now, this was an extremely quick fight. There was nothing really to report about. There was nothing to speak about. Moicano started a bit fast. He opened up with leg kicks. He was after it. He was not there to be a pedestrian. He was there to show Islam that he's game. He's not afraid of the moment. He's taking his chance. He was a capitalist in that moment. And then there were a few instances where I felt Islam was swinging a bit too much, and in that swinging, Money seemed to land something on the dome that might have dropped Islam, but then the commentary said, well, in the replay, Islam just slipped and it was not really a drop, or there was nothing landed. It was a punch to the shoulders. But whatever it was, it gained Islam's alertness. If he seemed unbothered of the fight, he immediately became bothered after that slip, knockdown, whatever it was, and immediately went for the takedown. And Islam's so good with the takedown. He goes for the single, and at the same time, he puts pressure on your neck and just slams you down. It's so well executed and so difficult to defend against. And in the sprawl, Islam was clearly the better wrestler. He was dominating top position. He was trying to get into more dominant positions, but then Money was able to gain some separation, and in that separation, Money just made a subtle mistake, and Islam immediately capitalized, which is absolutely ironic considering Moicano is the ultimate capitalist. But Islam immediately capitalized on Moicano's mistake and went for the DOS choke. Islam is so good with the DOS choke. It is so tight, it strangles you. Like, Islam might have the best squeeze in the UFC. Well, there is Khamzat, who also has a phenomenal squeeze, but as soon as he went for the DOS choke, Money tapped, and that's all she wrote. I'm also extremely glad that Islam did not immediately say he wants to go up to the welterweight division and etc. I guess he's not really in a rush to go for that title at the moment, and he wants to cement himself as the best lightweight, rack up a couple more defenses, because at this point, Islam is still fairly young. He's 33, Moicano was 35, so if Islam has at least 3 more years in the lightweight division, and he fights a bit more frequently than he has been fighting in the past, because I think last year he only fought twice, the year before that maybe once or twice, but if he fights more frequently, then we could have a situation where, wait, hang on, Islam fought once last year, not twice. He fought once because he only fought Dustin Poirier. The Alex Volkanovski fight was 2023. Oh, that's been a while. But still, if Islam is more frequent with his fights, then he could get at least 5 more title defenses, start creeping up on John Jones' record of most title fight wins, slowly creep up on it, and then we could have a different discussion. But at this point, he is definitely in the conversation of GOAT. The question now is he greater than Khabib Nurmagomedov? Listen, when it comes to accomplishments, he certainly is. He has accomplished more in the UFC than Khabib has. His win streak is phenomenal. His title defenses, his title win bouts, he is doing a lot right now. He has gone up against people who were submission specialists, people who were considered dangerous for his wrestling, people like Charles Oliveira, people like Moicano. Although you might say, he's ranked 10, but he's still a threat when it comes to submission. Whilst Khabib, whilst he was champion, we did not see him fight against a lot of submission specialists. He was mainly fighting strikers, Conor McGregor, Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier. So the allure with Khabib was always what will happen if he meets someone who is anti-wrestling, someone who has that submission threat. Hence, when Charles Oliveira started doing his thing in the lightweight division, a lot of people felt as though Charles would have been the kryptonite to Khabib, and Khabib said, you know what, I'll send Islam Makhachev to prove that he is not kryptonite to me. But still, what a fight by Islam. Let me know what you guys thought.